Well, next weekend, people who lost someone to suicide will be coming together for a day of hope and connection. To talk more about International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day is Rebecca Olson, Vice President, and Scott Walton, the Treasurer with the West Michigan Survivors of Suicide Loss. Thank you both for being here with us. So for those who don't know, tell us more about this event. What happens there?
Sure. This is an event that someone might never know exists until they have lost someone, but it's held in conjunction with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention every November. It's always the Saturday preceding Thanksgiving, and it's a time for survivors who've lost someone or anyone who's been touched by suicide loss, whether you are a clinician, someone that works in law enforcement, whether you've lost someone 2 weeks ago or 20 years ago. It's a place to feel seen and heard. We talk about what the experience is like. There's a short video, and then we have some Q&A if anyone wants to speak, and just have some hope heading into the holiday season.
Talk about this year's topic, stories of surviving loss, remembering, reflecting, rebuilding.
The inspiration for that topic came from a discussion that we have often, which is it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay there. And so we want to talk about the survivor journey and that it really isn't okay those first few months, even years, and there are different things that we can learn along the way from hearing other people, from attending these types of events that can help you cope and face the day knowing that you carry such heavy grief.
Yeah, just talk about the importance of talking through grief and being surrounded by others who can relate, right?
I lost my brother Jeff back in 2019 to suicide, and I previously had been an EMT firefighter. So being an EMT, you're real good about on the way home, you're able to put what happened in a little box and you're able to put it on a shelf and go home and walk in the door like nothing happened. And when that happened to me, I knew that I had to get help. So I reached out to get a counselor right away, which really helped me for several years. And then as well as finding a suicide loss group where I was living at the time.
Wow. Again, you know, Scott, that can be really hard especially for men, right, to open up.
Yes.
And to talk about it. This event has been going on for
40 years.
40 years. Wow. So just talk about how has it helped people? What do you see at this event, Rebecca and Scott?
Yeah, we have people that come to this event. We host monthly support group meetings downtown. And so there are people that regularly talk about their loved one and different ways that they manage through the day. But there are other people that this is just the one time of year that they come, maybe let their guard down, and they are just there to either listen. We also have inspiring speakers. We have a really moving moment where people can make a luminary of their loved one's name, and we dim the lights at the very end and read off the names of the loved ones that people are there to honor. We also have a speaker this year, Terry Hesbrook. He is from the B4 Foundation over on the East Side. He lost his son. He was a football player in high school, and Terry was his football coach. And just the importance of being open, especially as a man, but really as anyone. I lost my dad, and I'm a daughter talking about this, of being able to share your story and the impact.
Absolutely. Real quickly, when and where is the event, and how can people sign up?
It is Saturday, November 22nd from approximately 8:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. It's held at the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan. They've been a great partner and have a wonderful community room there. And so we'll be there in the morning, and you can register on our website. It's free. We'll have breakfast and lunch catered in for attendees, and anyone is welcome.
Rebecca, Scott, thank you so much for being here with us and for doing this. Appreciate it.